Let me see if I can do this again. I actually just did the whole episode. This has happened to me before. I don't think it's my phone. Let me check again. Make sure this is on. Yeah, I think it's still on. I, I I'm sorry, guys. Let me get going. Already just did this, so I gotta do it again. So we're on episode 7 and building the good life with Chris Register, and we're talking about distractions in life today. Distractions, and all the greats in the world, the ones that have made tons of things happen. Steve Jobs is really, really good at avoiding distractions. What I've heard, and that's something that makes you more productive. It'll allow you to get more stuff done if you can block out distractions. Now, there's certain distractions that are going to be just happening through your day, and there's ones that I feel are kind of in disguise, and they end up they come into your life and you don't realize it. And I'm going to share with you guys an example here shortly. And they end up getting you off your path. They knock you off your horse, and that's a distraction of something that you want in life. And next thing you know, bam, your focus is gone and you're off, and you forget what you're really focused on, and it becomes a new habit in your life. So what's probably the main thing you guys think about right now that you probably know is the biggest distraction? It's something we love, and it's something you might be like, well, Chris, you're contradicting because you're having us watch this Facebook Live, and maybe that's a distraction. You just don't let it interrupt your day that much. You got time. You don't have to watch it right now. You can watch this later. But cell phones. Cell phones are probably the biggest distractions. They are great. They allow us to make things happen, connect with people, communicate, get things done quickly, share documents. Awesome. That's what's great. That's what's great about them. The downside is that everyone has access to you at all times. And when you're trying to focus on, let's say, a project or something you're working on, and your phone is alerting and stuff, our habit that we've created, because we're always checking our phones, is grab your phone and you're like, blah, 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 so, okay, okay. And then you try to get back to what you're doing, and what happens is you end up taking probably something that was 15 minutes to do, ends up taking you an hour and a half. Are you guilty of that? I'm sure you guys have experienced this. I mean, I experience this a lot. My buddy John, he experienced this a lot. He's like, dude, I'm trying to work on stuff, and it's supposed to only take me 15 minutes. It's taking me an hour and a half. I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I'm like, it's the interruptions. I had that when I was working at the office a lot, and I was at my cubicle years ago in real estate. And it's not that I didn't want to talk to anybody, but Monday through Friday was go time. But maybe people would always ask me questions, and I like to help. But I ended up not getting stuff done myself because I was, there were distractions. There was also a guy. This was before the iPhone and before this is when like Razors, if you guys remember the Motorola Razor flip phone, and then Nokia and stuff, where it wasn't as your phone didn't alert you as much, but it still can alert you. Well, he closed his door one day, and he put a sign on his door. I'm gonna check to make sure this is going every time. Yeah, okay. There's 4 people. So yeah, so he checked to make sure that well, he put a sign on his door, when he closed the door, the sign would show, and the sign read, it said, if this door is closed, please do not disturb. Every time I'm interrupted, it takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get back on track. And I thought that was kind of hilarious at the time. A lot of people probably took it like, that's rude. But no, it's true. It would take him probably, everyone's different, but every time he got interrupted or somebody came in and he was distracted, it would take him off what he was working on, and it would take him twice as long. I would almost say nowadays it's probably like 5 to 6, 7 times as long to get things done sometimes, if you're one of those, and I'm guilty of this too. So when I say one of those, I'm talking about myself. Uh, this is alerting you and interrupting you and pulling your attention away. I'll tell you what I've done to fix that problem, because I recognized it. And it's all about recognizing distractions, and then not just recognizing them, but also disabling them. Finding a solution to say, well, how can I work around this because it's not helping me, but you need to do something about it. So what I do now is I put my phone on airplane mode a lot, and I love it. And I sometimes forget it's on airplane mode, and I'm like, wow, man, I'm so peaceful. I got a lot done. You feel like you got a lot of stuff done. And when I don't have my phone on airplane mode, I end up spending a lot of my time just typing and texting people, and next thing you know, an alert will come up, and it pulls my attention. Next thing you know, I'm in Facebook, and I'm in scrolling, and then I get an alert on Instagram, and then somebody messages me on Facebook, and then I get a text message, and then I get a call. I ended up not getting stuff done. I mean, it's great that I'm connected, but sometimes when you're connected, it's easy, and you're connected this way in today's time, it's easily just for people to pull your attention away. So what are you getting done yourself? Those are distractions in your life. Those are distractions, and they're pulling you away from what maybe you should be working on. So your productivity is lessened. So John, me and John, my buddy John, who we run the real estate office, we have these late night conversations sometimes because he'll call me up and be like, Chris, he's like, dude, I don't believe it. I didn't get anything done today, dude. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, he's like, I did not get anything done today. And I'm like, what were you doing? And I'm like, I don't even know, because it was distractions the whole day. And he's running the company and stuff, but he wanted to get stuff done and he couldn't because he was being distracted so much. And I just find it funny because me and him get the most work done at night. I get so much work done from like 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning. That's when I really do get a lot of work done. And it's maybe not healthy. I need to find a better balance. But my days are just sometimes so busy and my phone doesn't stop. It's alert, email, send this, do this. And it probably takes me 10 times longer to get things done because of these distractions. So these are kind of like little daily distractions. And I think a lot of us know with our phone how bad it can distract us and pull us in. And there's other ones that are a lot bigger than that, I would say. And these ones are kind of the ones that are in disguise. Like, you don't know that they're going to be a distraction because in the heat of the moment, you might be in a good mood or something, and you say, yeah, I'll go do that. Here's one that my buddy Brad recognized. I thought this was pretty good. This was smart of him. We do fantasy football every year, and he's always in it, and he knows he's competitive. And a lot of us that do fantasy football that want to win, we have to like do research, and we're always tracking stuff. And we gotta, this guy got injured, I gotta pick up this guy. It's a lot of you give it time. So he declined doing fantasy this year with our league, and I didn't question him. I was like, okay. And he went on to text me. He's like, there's some things, man, I'm focusing on. I just want to make them happen. And I'm like, and he's like, and this is what he said. He's like, and that would he knows it would be a distraction. So I'm like, gotcha, man. I'm like, I understand completely. Well, he wanted to keep his blinders on, like the horse with the blinder. He didn't want things distracting him because he's on his path trying to make something happen. He's trying to fix. He's trying to make a gain in his life. Well, this year obviously has passed, and last year has, the 2016, and he had such a good year. He had probably his most productive year, just probably in his sales and also just the growth of his company. And he not only just probably blocked away fantasy football league, he probably blocked away a couple other things because he wanted to make that happen. That was very important to him. He knows fantasy football you can do again next year. There's different ways. So he was willing to not do that for something that was more meaningful in his life, that would impact him more than just playing fantasy, which, it's fun, but what's more important? So that was a distraction, a big distraction that was in disguise that he recognized and said, no, I'm not going to do that because I know it'll happen. You'll also see that you might get caught up with maybe going out with friends. It's good to hang out with friends and stuff, but it's the power of no sometimes is really good. You want to not get caught up in a system where you're constantly going out and you're constantly partying and drinking, and I know that probably leads to bad diet and stuff. And now you know what's happening? You're going to fall off your horse. You fall off the horse, and you're not staying as focused and doing those things that you once want. So that was a distraction. That was a distraction in life. And I'm not saying not to do these things, but just recognize them. And if you go to do these things, and every now and again, just go and hang out with your friends or go out and do a little bit of partying and stuff, just to kind of keep that balance in your life. Just don't let it become a habit where it's almost like a ritual that you end up doing it, because you might not. You'll get sucked in. You'll get sucked in, no different than getting sucked into an argument on Facebook. Like, Facebook will suck you in. Like, there's good and then there's the bad on Facebook, and the bad is that I'll see people spending so much of their time and they're distracted, so much of their time distracted in these arguments and going back and forth. I'm like, dude, why? That's not even important. That's not even important in your life. That will never be a defining moment in your life. If I asked you, and I went back to people and I talked to them, I said, hey, I want to show you a highlight reel of your life. And I said, look at all this hours and days and time of your life that you were spending arguing and waste. Do you remember that? And they might be like, no. I'm like, well, you wasted your time, because you have this much time in your life, whatever it is, on that, and you don't even remember it. So it was pointless. You know what it was? It was a distraction in your life. It distracted you. You got caught. You didn't recognize it. You got sucked in. So you need to recognize those things. I don't know if I in this video because obviously I already made a video, but this one I don't know if I told you I was on businessinsider.com, and I saw and I read that on that website and also on Tech Times. This is where I got some of this information from. Is that the average person spends 40 minutes a day on Facebook, which actually, and this is for the U.S. population, which actually doesn't even seem like it's that bad, right? Because you're like 40 minutes, but go ahead, and a lot of us have more than just Facebook. We have Instagram, which that's 21 minutes on average, and then Snapchat was 25 to 30 minutes, and I don't know what Twitter was. I didn't look it up. But let's just say you spend at least an hour and a half on social media. Well, it's not that you spend an hour and a half like at one sitting, like, oh, at the end of my day I'm going to wind down and I do that. No, that hour and a half is you checking in, spread throughout your day. You'll see this at the gym. Go to the gym now. I almost look at the gym in a way as it should be sponsored by like Starbucks or something, because everyone at Starbucks, a lot of times you go and get a coffee or whatever you get there, and you sit down, you're on your computer, you're on your phone and stuff, just kind of hanging out and stuff. Well, that's what the gym a lot of times now I see is becoming. I have good friends that are using technology in a way that's a little bit more productive for them, as they have personal training businesses and they're doing that. That's fine. But when you're going to the gym and you're at the stretch mat and you're on your phone at the stretch mat, that's probably something you probably shouldn't be doing. That's a distraction. And you're not getting the result from the gym probably like you want, and you're not as motivated because your mind's somewhere else. It's not in kill it mode and grind mode. I mean, I feel like, everyone was always talking about, I'm in beast mode. I think beast mode is kind of becoming, just like, I don't know, man. I was trying to think of something creative right now, but I couldn't think of something weaker than a beast. But we'll just say it, kitten mode. All right, is that better? Kitten mode. You become this like kitten, like playing with a yarn, your phone, at the gym, and you're trying to have production, but you're too busy in between sets checking your phone. You're not changing your song. I promise you're probably not changing your song. You're checking the alerts and you're texting people and stuff. Dude, put your phone on airplane mode, or just put the headset in. Do not check your phone. Go there, grind it out. This is what I do. Bam, in and out, in and out. That's what I do. I get in and out, and I'm pumped up, I'm energetic, and I'm on to my day. I don't waste that much time. I probably spend about 40 minutes at the gym. There's no need to even go longer than that. And if you're there for like an hour and a half, you're leaving some time on the table where you can be more productive. So as you can see, the phone is definitely a distraction. TV, I think, once was where you can get sucked in and you're watching TV and movies all the time. It's okay to do that stuff. Just don't let it become a habit. The average person, I believe, this was on a website, I don't recall exactly, but I found it, I was reading the other day that 4.5 hours on average is spent watching TV. So if you got 4.5 hours and then all the social media I was talking about, I don't think a lot of things are getting done. A lot of us probably aren't getting a lot of stuff done. So try to recognize these distractions in your life. We all have different ones. Recognize the small ones that are day to day and figure out how you can work better. I work from my house a lot because I get more done. I use airplane mode on my phone. Very, very helpful. Use that airplane mode at times to focus on what you do. Just recognizing the distractions and then disable them is huge. It's huge. All the greats in the world that have done great things, successful, we're really good at this. Really good. Okay? So that's what this episode's about. I wanted to point out about distractions because these episodes, we got a whole year. I'm going to be doing this all year long. So we got a whole year of content, and it's almost like a reprogram. I know I know social media out there, or just media in general, is always trying to program. It's like me versus media. Like the media is trying to program like all the whatever they want you to know, and I'm over here trying to like program. No. Listen to me. I want to program you guys stuff that actually helps you in life, and I want you to recognize, because I'm a thinker and I like to think about things a lot and figure out things, and I want to share them with you guys. So I'd rather you guys have this stuff, whether you like it or not. I think it's really good. I believe in it because I live it. And it's going to help you have a better life. So these little things, they might not all be like exciting episodes, but they're helpful. They all add together. If you want to, I always look at a house. I don't want to keep on ranting on, but I want to give you an example of why if these little things add up to something big. Go into a house that just has 3-inch baseboards and white walls, right? Kind of boring, right? Well, add on some stuff. 5 3/4 baseboards, chair railing, crown molding, accent walls. Now that room in that house is amazing. It's because they add on all these little attachments, all these little features and stuff to make it this big, cool thing. So that's what all this information is. You're adding all these little bits of information into your brain. Boom, 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 boom. And you're going to become this great, amazing thing. That's how it all works. Okay, so every episode is going to have some. Like next episode, I want to share with you. I know what I want to share with you guys. I want to share with you guys a schedule I run on. Not just time blocks, because I have time blocks, but like a way I look at my life with the health, wealth, love, and fulfillment. I actually have my like days that are planned in that, and I didn't do it on purpose. It naturally happened, but it works. It works. So I'm going to share with you guys that on the next episode, and it's not going to be this week coming up because I want to take time and enjoy Super Bowl. I might let loose a little bit, and then but it's going to be the following week. And then even after that, we're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about failures and the rough terrain. We're going to talk about your mindset and your belief. There's so many things we're going to talk about. Okay, so all this stuff adds up, and it's going to make a great you. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. Hopefully this one did not cut off on me again because I haven't even checked the phone. And I hope you guys have a prosperous week. And if you guys watch the Super Bowl, hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.